Yeah, well, you're on there.
I'm Ashley Palmer-Watts, the exec chef for Dinner by Heston Blumenthal in Knightsbridge. I first got involved with Farm Africa about a year and a half ago. I was asked by a publisher if I was interested in visiting some projects in Africa, mainly fish farming with a charity called Farm Africa. And then next minute I found myself in Africa, over there having a look, see if I could add any value to the fish that they were farming. I mean, you can't imagine what it's like to come into someone's community like this. Probably one of the most surprising things is it's not just to produce food to eat. That's what I thought it would be more about, but it's about trying to make a business that is going to enable their family to be educated and to have things that they need in order to do so, to better their life. So before we climbed the mountain, we flew to Western Kenya to visit Joyce and her family, who I stayed with the year previously. I promised I would go back because I started to help them build a new fish pond on their land, and I wanted to go back. So I thought everyone to go and see this would help see where the money goes that the charity raises. I've come back to Kenya, one, because I wanted to see Joyce's new pond, and I promised her that when it was built and it was stopped, that I would come back and find out exactly how it had gone, and I promised her that I'd come back and harvest the fish. I brought John and Paul, both chefs, and Paolo, who's a Maitre D, because I think that they're great people, that I think that they will get a lot out of this trip. Coming back here, it's quite an emotional sort of thing, really. Peter's tree, my tree, and Kathy's tree. It's smoking nicely. When I was here last, we dug the first couple of weeks of mud out and a couple of shovels full with the pond marked out. So to come back now and see and harvest the pond was pretty amazing, really. This is the pond that we harvested last year, and it was quite an experience. That was, that's for sure. But it's amazing. And this is the new one. This is a lovely pond. It looks so different now than before. It's amazing how you can squeeze another pond in. It's brilliant. The really great thing here is that 10 months ago when I came in October, I started digging that corner. The first djembe and shovel full out, and then these guys finished it off. So to complete the process of them finishing the pond, stocking it and feeding them for 8 months, and come and see what it's like, and then we can eat it later. It's quite amazing. That's right. Shall we get in?
Should we get in?
I think going back to see Joyce was an amazing experience for me personally, having started digging the first djembe fulls of mud from that area that's now a fish pond, and now hopefully it will provide an income for her 3 grandchildren to go to school. The first one from the new pond. Look at that. Amazing.
Didn't quite fully know what to expect, but now we've kind of visited a community where, you know, these people live and work and do everything in the same place, and it's been a real eye-opener. You know, the amount of effort and work that goes into these people's lives just to live, you know, is amazing.
It was hard to know what to expect, to be honest. Heard many stories from Ashley, watched videos, looked online, found out loads of information. It's totally blown all my expectations, really. From the welcome we got to getting involved, you really need to see it yourself and get involved and get in the fish pond and get in amongst it, just to see. It's just a small sort of segment of how they live. It just shows how they can build a great economy and just start making their own money and trading. In one sentence, I'd have to say it's been mind-blowing because it's taken me totally out of my comfort zone.
Simply incredible. Farming in general is difficult across the globe. Here in Kenya is a different story where people don't have the financial means to buy equipment, they don't have machinery, they don't have any source of help from the government.
I think by bringing John, Paul, Paolo here, it's really sort of given them first-hand experience of where it goes. When you can see it from start to finish, through construction to the suppliers to, you know, feeding and understanding how that works, then this really does sort of bring you back down to earth, where unless you put your everything into it, you're not going to get the maximum out of it.
Thank you very much. I'm not very good at saying goodbye, as you know.
Yeah.
We know. We've been here before. See you again. Bye.
All of a sudden, from flippantly saying I'd like to do that one day, I found myself being the guy to organise a team, and then it was all very serious. We had to train really hard. I didn't really know much about climbing. I'm not a climber, and it's quite funny, I'm absolutely terrified of heights. So it's quite ironic that I actually tried to climb a mountain.
I mean, for me, things that marked me was us going by on the plane, head to head with the mountain. That was scary. I was scared at the moment. I was like, wow, what am I doing here? And that thought went in my head.
It's Thursday morning. We're all packed, ready to go to start the climb. There's kind of mixed things at the moment. Everyone's a bit nervous. Some people are really excited. I think it's a good mixture. I think it will be tough. Everyone's going to have a bad day. So expect the bad day. We all help each other getting through the bad day, and it will be at different times.
Kilimanjaro is one of these 7 summits. It's the highest mountain on the African continent, and the top of Kilimanjaro is in extreme altitude. Now that has some serious impacts on our bodies. As we go higher, there's less air being delivered to our blood system. The air pressure is lower, so every single breath we take means less oxygen is getting into our bodies.
We're here.
So we're at the start of the Le Mochel Glades route here. Gabriel's on lead, so please don't go past him. It's about 2.5 hours.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Follow Gabriel.
Ready to rock and roll?
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like slowly, no words.
Well, so I'm at my tent, so I'm going to go and have a little look. I love camping.
Hey, what are you guys doing?
This is brilliant. This is home for the next 8 days. Amazing. Oh, this is going to be great.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
It is the morning call time.
Is it 6 o'clock? Excellent.
How's it going?
Good, yeah. Good night's sleep. Excited to see Kilimanjaro hopefully this morning.
There you go.
Bye day. No. See you later on. Pull it.
That's crazy.
We've just come out of the forest zone, which is just down below us. We're about 3,100 meters here, and we're walking along the trail that was carved out by elephants.
I mean, the different type of environments and terrain change from the bottom, which is very sort of moist, rainforesty type, very muddy, kind of little streams and stuff, lots of wildlife, to sort of thinning out a little bit, and then it got to really sort of rocky and like boulders. It's like being on the moon to a certain extent.
How do you like this, Paolo?
I love it. It's beautiful and challenge, but lovely. We got a good group of people here.
It's pretty steep, so we're going really slowly. It looks really slow, but it's what you got to do. It's almost, I'd say probably for every 2 meters you go forward, you're probably going up a meter. So 50% incline is quite something.
Jumbo. Day 2, it was the beginning was difficult, really steep, and it was non-stop really. We walked for about 7 hours, and we are 13,000 feet. We just got to this camp, and it was nice to see our tents are right here, right now. The clouds just clear, and we're able to see Kilimanjaro, and it's right there. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. It's just incredible.
On day 2, I got altitude sickness, and it's unlike anything I've felt before. You can't eat, but you know you need to eat. You feel so sick. You think your head is pounding, like everything's just shutting down. All you want to do is go to sleep. And thankfully, when I woke up in the morning on the day 3, I was just like, oh, this is amazing. I can't believe this. I feel so good compared to yesterday.
Today, apparently, we've got a short walk over to the base of Kilimanjaro. I think we're going up another 800 meters, and then we're going to stay there, have a lot of downtime to help us acclimatise, ready for the next 2 days, where they're going to be the big ones.
And I highly doubted they were going to.
I'm not kidding, the soup is just amazing. These guys make some seriously good soup.
To do a walk for 7 hours carrying the bags that they were carrying, get here, camp, cook, sing for us, and serve this food with a smile. Ooh la la.
I had a pretty rough day yesterday. Couldn't eat last night, lost all my appetite. Not like your just brain's gonna seep out of your ears, do you know what I mean? We were doing 6,000–7,000 calories a day, which is a phenomenal amount. So you have to make sure, obviously, you're hydrated consistently.
Never going to complain about walking to work. I live about 500 yards away.
The last couple of days have been pretty tough for me in respect of being scared of heights, which is pretty challenging. The early climb and descent really sort of shook my confidence quite a lot.
I've always been sort of encouraged to push myself outside my comfort zone, but I honestly never thought that I would be able to climb a mountain. I mean, I didn't really think that bit through. I actually didn't think I was going to be so terrified for 5 days.
All right, Ash, this is the point where we're gonna split. This section that we're going over has got a very steep downhill, which with Ashley's vertigo, it just creates a lot of nerves. So what we want to do is just make sure that he's happy and comfortable, and so that we can get this journey done properly.
I just keep worrying about what's coming, and that just disrupts everything. It's a bit of a struggle, but hopefully this will get it back on track.
Alright guys, come on, check this out. This is our toilet, and I highly doubted that you ever seen a toilet with this amazing view. So, as you can see right there, and it flushes and everything. So, nice talking to you. Bye. Look at this, roast potatoes, fried chicken with cucumber and tomato that you can smell it from a mile away.
And can we remind everybody where we are and what height we're at?
4,600 meters above sea level.
Above sea level. There's
Here
more.
comes more.
Yeah, more food.
The worst day was day 4, where we were coming down into this valley, and as I'm walking down into the camp, I could see a little trail up the side of like what looks like a cliff, and I was saying to the guy, I said, please tell me that is not the way out of here. And he's like, yeah, it is. And I'm just like, there is no way I can do that. I'm just telling you now, there's no way.
Oh look, you can see, there it is. We're going to go up sort of down there by the river and then all the way up, all the way to the top. So as you can see, they call it the wall. And there's a couple of sticky places there.
So Orca's way of dealing with that was to take me there half an hour before the rest of the group set off, in the dark. So I was literally walking up to it about 6 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, right,
You're going to take me up the hill, but I'm going to keep you safe. I'm never going to let you get in trouble.
We're about halfway through the difficult section. Oh my god. Can't stop shaking when we get to the bad bits. But made it this far.
He looks smashed it.
Yeah, he's really far up.
Yeah.
No, doing really well.
He's screaming and waving at us.
Really happy for him.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he's doing okay.
Ashley.
After probably about 1.5 hours sleep, absolutely bricking it. So nervous about this. Coming up this Barranco wall.
Oh my god. Done it.
Honestly, I cannot explain it how terrifying that is. I can't go up a 6-foot ladder.
To do what Ashley did, I think I have to take my hat off to him. First of all, you're afraid of heights, and you're climbing a mountain that high. Okay, it's not, let's say it's not a technical climb, okay, we're fine. But what he did, I think, is insane. And, you know, and that's what chefs at that level do. That's in our business, you know, it's trying the unknown and see where we can go with it.
This week, we had some pretty extraordinary food around the table. We've got 3 chefs and a Maitre D. I think it's fair to say we're all pretty amazed.
Very impressed, yeah.
That it comes out of a little tent like this, but the food's being carried up, the cooking equipment's been carried up, and it's here quicker than we get here, and ready for when we get here. It is quite mad. So we better have a little look.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my god! It's insane, and there's chips, I can't... No! Guys, do a brilliant job.
we were probably the most happy bunch of people to be being fed up that mountain. I mean, 4,000 meters above sea level. I mean, you name it, we had it. For our chefs in particular, you know, we've all got amazing kitchens with, you know, I've got 53 people in my brigade. There were 2 chefs. They set their tent up, they cooked in their tent on literally two portable gas burners. It was just unbelievable. The food was incredible.
Oh, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, well done.
Okay, so it's day 6. It's the evening before we go up to the summit. It's about 7 o'clock here. We've just had our final briefing.
Oxygen level is 85 now. It started at 120. Heart rate's 92. That was at 140 a minute ago. Ooh la la.
There's about anywhere between 6 and 7 hours of climbing still to go. About 1,000 meters. We're at 4,800 here at the highest camp. It's 5,885, I think it is, up to the top. So yeah, everyone seems ready. I think it's fair to say that the whole way everyone's had different days that have been harder than others, and for different reasons. Just as Orca said, really, in the beginning. It's quite a funny feeling, really. You're right on the edge, pretty much most of the time, thinking, "Are you going to make it? Are you not going to make it?" a huge amount of pressure. We have to get to the top, and you know, if we can't, or some of us can't, then you know, we've got, this is a mountain, and I kid you not, we've been walking for days, up, down, up, down, up, down, and we've still got 1 kilometre to go vertically. It's just energy sapping, and that's going to be quite interesting to see how you can't actually move more than one step, couple of breaths and another step.
Summit day, probably the hardest day of all by a long way. We'd had 4 or 5 days climbing all along the front of the mountain, if you like, going up and down to different heights from 4,000 metres to 2,800 metres, just to acclimatise. And you don't think that beforehand that you're going to be affected like other people have reported it to be or you've seen on TV. And putting your shoes on, putting your gaiters on, putting your trousers on is a proper effort. You get out of breath, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the way it is. And before long, a headache will creep in as well, so you've got to take some tablets. And you drink the most insane amount of water you can ever drink in a day. But you need between 4 and 6 litres of water per day. 5,000 to 6,000 calories of food every day as well, which is like 3 times what we normally eat, which seems, you know, kind of crazy.
Now, you've done all the hard work, so let's just get up there and finish it off. Okay guys, let's do it.
So summit night, we set off at 12 o'clock. It was really cold, it was quite windy. It was obviously dark, and we had a vertical kilometre to go. It took somewhere between 7 and 8 hours, and it was so hard.
You're doing great, don't stop. Just do what you're doing, do what you're doing.
It was so difficult.
Keep it going.
Progressively it's got more difficult
way.
and more difficult throughout the week for me.
There's the sign.
And
Get up to that
this
sign.
mountain is massive. It just never stops. It just keeps going up and up and up and up.
All the way mate, all the way. Go on. Good on you.
You just want to cry like for about 10 hours, just because it's never ending, and you're on a knife edge of emotions all the time, and you just want to get there, but you can't give up, but you can't stand up.
Absolutely, well, training. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. It was just relentless. Oh, I'm delirious. So many emotions.
A little emotional, just thinking about so many things, but we made it, so really happy. Thank you for thinking of me for this experience. Really, really amazing. Thank you very much. You should be really proud of yourself.
Gosh. Okay, guys, one last thing to get on there. Like the end of service. Done.
It was really difficult to just, you know, it's freezing weather, so I was not comfortable. Plus, I had a pounding headache, so it's at some points I really thought that I wasn't gonna make it until the porter started singing in Swahili, and that was kind of emotional. So that kept me to the top.
I think all in all, we've all had a great time. It's been very, very difficult, but it's also been very sort of rewarding at the same time. And of course, we raised a lot of money for charity at the same time. To go back with the guys, show them everything, and then to take on a challenge like climbing Kilimanjaro. I mean, now I stand here, honestly, I cannot believe we all made it. And 41% of people make it out of 100%. That's not a lot, yet we all made it.
Thank you guys. Congratulations.
Thank you, Gabriel.
To everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Amazing. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Thank you.
Okay, Kili done.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Time to go.
back from our trip, back from Nairobi. Almost 2 weeks later, we've done the farm visit with Joyce and her family, and then all of us conquered Kilimanjaro. An amazing trip, very challenging, but we did it and we raised a lot of money, so it's great.
Amazing, eye-opening experience, all of it really.
Yeah, the whole
Especially
lot.
visiting the Farm Africa project.
Everything about the trip was amazing. The hardest thing I think we both, well, all of us have ever done in our lives.
Yeah, it was tough, really tough.
It was absolutely physically and mentally draining.
Yeah, still aching
but,
now.
Yeah, it was all for charity and it was all worth it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think after climbing Kilimanjaro once, nothing would convince me into doing another mountain. No way.
Jambo bwana, habari gani? Nzuri sana wageni, wakaribisha Kilimanjaro, hakuna matata. Nilianza Lemosho, hakuna matata. Mkaja mti mkubwa, hakuna matata. Mkaja Shirawani, hakuna matata. Na leo ni kwa Moi, hakuna matata. Mtakwenda